customer was telling police that he was in a bathroom at the restaurant Friday morning when he noticed that there was activity in one of the bathroom stalls, as he puts it, and he caught a glimpse of the child's reflection with Gray, according to a police report obtained by WFTV. The witness was not sure if the baby was bouncing or if they were having sex, the report said. The witness stated he flushed the toilet on purpose to let the man hear him in the bathroom, the witness stated. If he panics, then he must be doing something wrong, and the customer then told he flushed the urinal and saw Gray panic when he realized that someone else was in the bathroom with him. And Gray, who was in a motorized wheelchair at the time, quickly attempted to get dressed and then pulled out a stun gun to keep the customer from leaving the bathroom. This is according to the Orlando Sentinel. He says, "All explicit kill you," Gray told the man. According to police, the 35-year-old then left the bathroom and the customer started yelling, "Call the police. A child is being abused in the bathroom," and police said Gray was working at home as a daycare provider for the family of the child and was a frequent visitor to the restaurant. His former landlord, Sabrina Bryant, was telling local affiliate there up the road from me, Fox 35, Orlando Gray is the first person, not the first person, the last person that she suspected of doing such a vicious attack. He was just a great guy, Bryant said. He was a great guy with the kids, great with paying his rent on time. I'd never seen any signs. He was a great guy, but molested a 2-year-old in a restroom at a Chick-Fil-A in Orlando this past Friday. David Gray, sexual battery, lascivious battery of a very small child. Wow. And nobody saw it coming. It's like this Stephen Paddock guy. Nobody ever said he was just a great guy. You know, people are capable of the darndest things. I mean, whether you're shooting up people or having sex with a baby. I mean, that's just disgusting. I mean, oh my God. Ugh. Which reminds me to tell you, and you should always be thinking this way when you hear these lewd sexual things that happen, adults wanting to have sex with babies or young children. Do a zip code search in your neighborhood. You can do it. It's very easy. Just go online. Just know who you're living with, because you could have a sexual offender right next to you. They can't help you. They can't help themselves. You got to help yourself by knowing who's in the neighborhood, who's around you, because you don't want to be faced with this. But that's a parent's worst nightmare. And I know when Kaylee was very small, my daughter, she's 14 now. And believe me, she can take care of herself now. But, you know, you got a grown man that manhandles you and outpowers you. You always have to be on your guard. Knowing some moves, some taekwondo, some good power moves to protect yourself in case, that's not a bad thing. Self-defense is very powerful. Of course, if you don't know any of that, a good swift kick to the you-know-where kind of helps too, or key parts on the body. But she's been informed duly. She knows. But, I was, with small children, we should always be concerned about your children. But I don't know what it is. But at that small age, because you would hear stories like that, and I just want to know. And I was creeped out. Not in my neighborhood, but maybe 4 neighborhoods over, there was one, and it was with a small child, and the person was there, and I was thinking, God, is anybody in the neighborhood with their kids playing next to this guy's house? Because I'd go by, knows that this is a sexual offender. Just know who's in your neighborhood, know who's around, because just like this lady said, this landlord of this guy, He paid his rent on time. He looked normal. I mean, the demons that people carry inside, you may not see. And, of course, that person's not going to fess up and say, by the way, I'm a pedophile. I like small children. They're not going to broadcast it. And a lot of people in apartment complex, they have kids just like any other house, but you probably got a bunch of them and feeling right at home. And hopefully he didn't assault anybody else. But, man, in a restroom at a Chick-fil-A, dear God, it's definitely not PR that this Chick-fil-A, unfortunately, in Orlando, because it just, they're a Christian organization. It's just sad that it was at their location. And I'm sure it saddens them immensely that it happened at their location. And everybody's opening up the newspaper or hearing a radio show and saying, God, that happened there. But prayers for the child, prayers for the family that have to deal with having their kid know that somebody was, God, I even hate to say it, having their way with their kid. 2 years old. Geez. To me, folks, you know where I stand on life, most of you. But, man, I have a hard time sticking to that when it comes to crimes like this. I live in Florida, and I say, let's get old Sparky cranked up. Let's get ready to, seriously, like the Green Mile. Don't put the sponge on his head. Let him feel it. Because that kind of crime against a child, innocent, the most vulnerable in society, geez, there's got to be a hot place. I'm sorry. But, man, that is really wrong. It's just, wow. How could a person, they do it. How could the guy and the shooter, everybody asks, how? And then they say to the shooter that the guy wasn't mentally ill. How does anybody definitively know that he wasn't mentally ill? Well, they said because he would not be able to do what he did so calculative, know what floor, because if he was totally insane, he wouldn't have been able to conspire like that. He wouldn't be able to put he was able to put more than 2 to 2 together. He had more rationale going for him that he wasn't a total lunatic. I think he had some screws loose personally to be able to do something like that and some really sad beliefs. But to really know definitively, without a shadow of a doubt, what it is, I don't think anybody's ever going to know that. There's just sickos in our society, folks, unfortunately. And what goes on with some people around us, you hear about people that live with somebody and for 20, 30 years and have separate lives. Well, this guy apparently had a separate life. And then according to this landlord, this guy was living a separate life, too. Who would have known? We'll be back.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us. It went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew is I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it, don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the people is there.
Introducing the official For the People coffee mug, patriotic as can be, in featuring the colorful red, white, and blue For the People logo with Keith Allen on a ceramic 11-ounce coffee mug, perfect for any beverage of your choice. This mug is a great reminder of what we stand for: God, country, and family, with conservative values and good old-fashioned common sense. To order your For the People coffee mug, pay just $20 plus $3.99 shipping and handling at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. For the People has a special opportunity for you. If you own a business and want to gain a national audience that is loyal and will do business with you, imagine being able to get your product and or service into the hands of tens of thousands of people each week. Sponsorship opportunities are now available at rates you can afford. Finally, the show you love, with your business supporting what we do in partnership. Start running your commercials today. To contact us, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. With all the choices out there to enjoy some entertainment, wouldn't it just be nice to have something that didn't cost an arm or a leg? I found something that does just that. It's called 123 Ready TV. It's one of the most remarkable apps available to start watching all of those movies and TV shows for one incredible price, just $19.99. And that's a one-time only price. Recap: all your movies, current and classic, and sports and news, and so much more. So cut the cable and stop spending money at the movies when you can truly have it all at your fingertips. No commercials, just all the entertainment you desire. 123 Ready TV is available for Windows and all Android devices. Get your 123 Ready TV for just $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page to get yours now and start enjoying entertainment the way it was supposed to be. Fun. Keith Allen and For the People. Our website is forthepeopleshow.com, and you can listen to the broadcast there if you've missed it on this radio station for whatever reason. Remember, we have 2 hours, hours 1 and 2, and just a little tip on our Spreaker player is what we call it. It's Spreaker. It's the service that we use that streams our broadcast, and, for you to listen to podcasts, but you have two options. You have hours 1 and 2, so you can kind of see in the player, you can look at it, and it'll say 1 hour, hour 1, hour 2. You want to listen to it in perspective. Listen to the first hour, then listen to the second hour, because believe me, if you listen, you're going to miss a lot. It puts the whole show together, and even though they're standalone programs, because we have some stations that just carry an hour, either or, and you won't know if you're listening to this radio station. But anyway, just an encouragement if you can't get enough of the broadcast, and you can always drop a line to the radio station and say, hey, can you carry the second hour or whatever it is? I thought it was 2 hours. And, by enough people getting together, you might be able to do that. Our coffee mug, like I say, on sale now, $20 and $3 and some change. With some shipping and handling. But if you haven't ordered yours now, we have a batch ready to go out of the mail. Put your name on there, and it'll support the show. It'll keep the show on, and this is ways that we do it because we're listener-supported. So the items that we have right now are quintessential to our success in growing this broadcast across the country. And we do appreciate our partners and our monthly supporters that help us out with their generous support. You can become a monthly supporter. That's on our website. Information details on our front page. Very easy to do. You can sign up today at forthepeopleshow.com.